Hey guys, David, Three Rivers Card Collector here, back with another video. Gonna have a small discussion about grails and what they mean to me and what my opinions are on them. And I'm also gonna go over a massive trade that I got done this past week. So start off, if you are a participant on hobby Twitter, a lot of grail talk this week thanks to Eric from those back pages. He made a tweet talking about how grails shouldn't be under $500 in value. Whether there's truth in that or sarcasm in that, whatever. Each person interprets that how they will. But everyone's got different opinions on grails. When I started out this hobby, getting back into it about 6 years ago now, I really only collected James Conner cards. So this was my first big pickup. I have this as my favorite card in my collection. And I talked about this a little bit on my last video as well. But this was a pretty big card when I picked it up. Conner wasn't starting yet, so the price wasn't super expensive. But for me, going to school full-time and working part-time, that was a financial sacrifice to pick that up. So was that a grail card for me? No, because I didn't really have too big of an opinion on what grails were at the time. I was new into collecting, but as I started getting into James Conner super collecting, I thought, I don't think I'm ever going to get a 101 card. Well, sure enough, I picked up a 101 card. This card actually left my collection at one point, and I was able to get it back, but what I thought for a little bit that I wouldn't be able to achieve, I was able to achieve. So after I picked up that, it's like, well, what's the next card I don't think I'm going to be able to get? And it was an NFL Shield. This was my first NFL Shield card I was able to pick up. This one's the RPA out of Unparalleled. After that, I thought, I don't think I'm going to be able to get any of the high-end true RPAs. Still missing that top right corner, but not only was I able to pick up a true RPA, I was able to pick up 3 of the better patches available. True RPA being the out of 99 version. Was also able to pick up the 101. I think this was first off the line, but the red with the laundry tag. Then this card also sat on my watch list forever. And with the price of it, I just thought, I'm never going to be able to get this specific card. I think I was able to buy it for pretty good price off of one of the bigger eBay consigners. And then the rest is history. I've been able to pick up most of the James Conner cards I want. In the background here, I got 3 of what super collectors would consider grail cards. You got the Contenders 101 Super Bowl ticket. The Contenders Optic Gold Vinyl. This is not the white box. This is the actual 101. And one of the flawless RPA 101s. This is the vertical one. All that being said, my definition of grail and what it means to me in my collection has changed over time. Because as I started out, my budget was pretty low, but it's grown over time. So it's what I would consider unachievable before becomes more achievable. And as you collect longer and longer, you realize that if you work hard enough and sacrifice some of your collection hard enough, there's a lot of cards that seem unachievable that you can actually get to. So for me now, Grail is cards that are almost impossible for anybody to get. So as a Pirates Hall of Fame collector, I now consider, the Honus Wagner T206 to be the holy grail, as it is for most people, because that card's so short printed, it's so unachievable due to the price and just how beat up they got back then. That card's almost unachievable. And even like Jake Beckley Old Judge cards that I'm searching for, those cards from the 1880s, they're just so hard to find and rare just because of what's left of them. Those are cards that I consider holy grail now. But like I said, grails is different for each person, for each collector. Because, again, these cards here, these used to all be grails for me. Even more recently, one of my grail cards, which I no longer even consider a grail card, would be the 53 top Satchel Paige, which I would show here. But moving into my next part of this video, it is no longer in my collection. So what used to be a grail card for me, I've moved on from. I do plan on adding it back at some point, but I now have what I would consider trading card want lists, and there's tiers to that. Obviously, there's cards that are, achievable with maybe saving for a month or two, and then cards that are maybe a year or two. So that Satchel Paige card was up there, but I was able to trade it towards a card on an upper tier on my want list, which filled a massive hole in my collection. So the trade I made consisted of both my Jackie Robinsons, 1955 tops and 1956 tops, and my 1953 top Satchel Paige, and Terry Bradshaw rookie card. So all four of those cards I was able to trade for 2 cards. So what I was looking for in trade, getting rid of Jackie Robinson cards, was to consolidate into one single Jackie Robinson card for now. Something that's maybe a little older, a little higher grade, but just one. And I was able to add the 1953 tops back into my collection. I had a 1 that I had sold earlier in the year because I needed some cash, and just the condition of it didn't really fit my collection too much anymore. But I'm happy to add this one back. This is my favorite Jackie Robinson card. I just like the card design. I like the picture. I like the colors. So I was able to add this one. Pretty good centering. And then the coloring on the picture part is really good. Obviously a little creasing and stuff. It is a 2.5, but really happy to add this one. And then the biggest part of this trade, which I was rather aggressively going for, if you follow me on Twitter and Facebook, but I finally added a Roberto Clemente rookie card to my collection. This one's a 1.5. Centering is decent, but the coloring's really good. There is whiting on the front, and then some of this, whatever you want to call it, going on the back there. But not having too much disposable money to spend in the hobby right now, I had to look into trades. So I had to give up a little bit of value for this trade to go through. But I'm really happy to add this card in a much better condition back into my collection, and just thrilled to finally get a Roberto Clemente rookie card in my collection. So stoked about this. Maybe one day I'll upgrade this and get one without the whiting and stuff. But for now, I can check this card off my want list, and just super thrilled that this actually went through. So that'll do it for this video. Comment below what your opinions are on the whole grail debate and what you think of my trade. I'm really happy with it, so to me, I don't care that I lost some value on the trade, but it's different for everybody. So thanks again for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next video.